So in this particular subtask of digital clock and countdown timer project in Python, what we are doing is that we are making sure that the time printed is printed in the same line. Because in the previous subtask, what we did was each time was printed in the next line. Like instead of getting printed at the same time, it was getting printed in the next line, which wasn't efficient. So instead, what we are going to do, we are going to make sure it gets printed in a single line and stays in that line and gets updated every second. As usual, we import these two modules, the time module to get the current time and the system module to get the flush over here. I'll get to that later. So first we're going to define user choice, and if it's 1 it's going to go to digital clock, if it's 2 it's going to go to timer, and in the digital clock function we're going to write an infinite loop, and then we're going to get the current time with this particular line. And then what we are doing is we are formatting that particular time which we got from here. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to add f over here in the printing statement, so that over here the actual value of time string gets printed. So why have we given end equal to quotes? To understand this, we need to know that after every text Python prints, it's going to print a new line character at the last, which basically means if I give print A and print B in two consecutive lines, it's going to print A, and then in the next line it's going to print B. So we don't want that to happen. We want it to be printed in the same line. Hence, by giving end equal to single quotes, what we are doing is we are specifying to Python that at the last of the printed text of this particular line, we do not want a new line character, which basically means, let's say I give A over here instead of current time. Then after, in the next line, if I give B, it's going to get printed in the same line like this, instead of getting printed in the next line. So what does flush equal to true does? So basically, this particular parameter, it forces the output buffer to immediately write in the console. Like without flush equal to true, what would happen was the output would be delayed and then it would take time. It would be instant. What we need is instant updates for every second. Hence, flushing is essential. And as I discussed in the previous task, time.sleep waits an entire second before running this entire loop again. And the regular countdown timer function. And in the main function, we have taken input, and then we're going to pass this input into this function so that it can go to digital clock or countdown timer. So basically, \r over here is the carriage return escape character. What it does, it moves the cursor to the very beginning of the current line of the console, but it doesn't move it to the next line. So like let's say any new output has been given, it's going to be overwritten in the same line from the start. So that's what \r helps us with. So let's just run this code once. So let's say I give digital clock. So as you can see, it's getting printed in the same line.